very happy about the way this has gone, because that's really not something you normally associate with him. I mean, he was so meticulous. He spent all that time placing the cue ball, all the time lining up and making sure his feet were in the right place, and just threw the body through it and completely lost the cue ball.
Not the best of kisses for Decky there. I think it may still part, but he's a little bit close to his work. Might have to reroute here, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's going for it, but tough this. Going to hit this fine with a lot of power. Could find the off the red. Ooh. It looked like it hit the jaw. I assume it did, and it didn't rock back. Yeah, I needed to hit that with a lot more pace. But then the risk, of course, was hitting the red and the cue ball flying around the table. So opted for sort of safety over, you know, a bit of a wild pot. Gives Christophe half a chance, but it's a very, very slim chance. These are tough.
Yeah, Declan actually played that in quite a sensible way. A lot of people would have thrown their arm at that, but he was trying to keep control. I don't think he's going to mind too much if Christophe has a go at these, because it's a pretty low percentage finish if he wants to go for it from here. It's not to say he will go for the complete finish. He could decide to bail out at some point.
I think, of course, he can play the long red here off the face of the yellow by the 8 ball and open up that pocket, but this is such a tough shot, especially off angle as well, at pace. He misses this, you know, it leaves Declan perfectly in for the frame, so this is tough.
If that yellow was just slightly off the cushion, it was much easier.
That's a great shot.
That's a really good shot. Look at the position
shot
as well.
Yeah, great shot.
When the yellow's frozen to the rail like that, it's just so hard to judge that shot and not get a double kiss. He could not have played that any better. He's really unlocked the frame here, because he's got everything sorted out at the bottom of the table and it's landed on the problem balls at the top. Just got to play one more good positional shot here.
Yeah, he's okay there. He can just drop this through and play the red into the right middle as he's looking now, because it's a big pocket with that yellow hanging over. That's what he's looking at right now.
Yeah, Declan's going to regret leaving that yellow there if he manages to play that shot.
The only thing that Christophe needs to mind here is that when he lands on this last red, he doesn't land straight. He needs to leave himself some sort of angle to get back up for the 8 ball. That's the only thing he's got to be wary of. Doesn't want to leave himself a double, really. Just to make sure he gets on the 8 ball to the bottom right hand pocket as we look at the table.
This is going to be a really good finish. It's an important one for him because it gets him 6-4 up. When he came to the table, I was saying, I don't think Declan would have minded him. And he goes, God, the body movement is extraordinary tonight. I mean, that's not a kind of shot you'd expect to be throwing your arm through.
It's remarkable, really, with that much movement, how good he is. Because I know if that was me throwing my body at it like that, I'd be all over the place. I'd be missing left, right and centre, so...
I get it with some shots if you're playing a power shot, but playing that shot, why are you ever throwing your arm at it?
Landed perfect. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe just a little bit too much angle, if anything, but you can manipulate the pocket here, play it thick, and just get somewhere near where the blue spot would lie, as such, towards the centre of the table. Just be careful you don't under hit it or, of course, over hit it here. It's very easy to do on these tables. Like this. He's over hit it. He's over hit it.
Yeah, he's really jabbed at that one. I mean, you get what he was trying to do. He was trying to dig into the cue ball, but he put in a pretty quick delivery.
The only thing I can see him playing here, Mark, is the cross double into the bottom left hand pocket as we look. It's the only shot he's got on. I can't see him swerving this round. He's not going for it. It's a lovely shot. Oh, but you've got to say it's a chance that's gone begging there, because you know, he played a great shot to free up that pocket. Decky let him back in, and then Decky will be delighted with this.
Yeah, Christophe had done all the hard work there, and he knows it as he goes back to his chair. I mean, there were so many difficult shots in that finish. That really wasn't the one. Just got a bit too greedy. Anywhere in the dead centre of the table, he's got a shot at the 8 ball, trying to get too close to it. This is ideal for Declan, because everything else has been moved now, so nice open finish, great chance to level up at 5 all. What a contrast in styles here. Definitely very textbook as always, staying down on the cue. The only reason really I think that we're calling out the Christophe body movement is it's just a bit uncharacteristic for him. It's not something we've seen a lot of the rest of the weekend. We've watched quite a lot of them over the last couple of days. It's played really well. Absolutely perfect here from Declan. Just drop this ball in the centre, run the cue ball forward for the 8 ball. Big moment that. That 8 ball goes down with Christophe at the table, 6-4. Just needs to win any of the last few frames. Now this match has become a best of 3. Ball safely deposited. A strange match on a number of levels. Actually distracting with the pause in play in the middle, but that was some time ago. The players resumed play before we resumed the coverage, so they've been back in action for a while now. Yes, the match has taken a lot longer than expected. Started just after 8 o'clock, so over an hour played now, although only 35 minutes of actual match time. Plenty of time still to go. 15 minutes on the match clock. That's going to be plenty for the last 3 frames, you'd assume. Big moment that as well. Break next, so chance to add to it. Split, but he's made a. Oh, he hasn't made a ball. I very nearly spoke too soon there. Yeah, it looked like that yellow was going to drop. Really gave that one the treatment. Couldn't have hit it much harder, but nothing finding a pocket. It's a great opportunity for Christophe, because where the yellow is finished right over the pocket, it makes it a very, very easy target for a skill shot to follow the red through with the yellow. Pocket both balls in the same shot, which for those who are not too familiar with the rules, that is a perfectly legal shot. So as long as you pot your own ball, you can pot any other ball on the table apart from the 8 ball.
Red ball's in place.
That chime you heard in the background a moment ago was the match clock on the main table. The Challenger semi-final between Ryan Pisani and Morgan McInnes finished 4 all, so they're just readying themselves for a 6-road shootout. Pretty important moment for those guys, 6-road shootout for a place in the final. Third 6-road shootout we've seen this weekend. We've had one in the Pro Series, one in the women's last one standing qualifier last night. And now that will settle our first finalist for tonight's challenge final. Just a reminder of the running order. Table 2 is on to the second Pro Series match of the night. Table 3 is still on the first Pro Series match. We'll have 2 more to come after this one. And on the main table, Table 1, just finishing off the first semi-final. The second semi-final followed by tonight's Challenger 7 final. So Christophe about to attempt the combination shot that Jimmy mentioned a moment ago. Beautifully positioned for it. He wanted to screw back, and that was the way that was going to make the combination the most likely. Quite perfect. Ideally like to be a bit straighter on the ball to the left centre. Just hit this slowly enough to hold position. And that's about a bit of keying from Christophe. Seems to have settled himself down after some slightly hasty shots in the previous frame. Significantly more composed in this frame. See, this body movement, the slight shake, is very characteristic, and that's a feature of his play, but throwing his body through it seems to be a new introduction tonight, which I think he might want to phase out again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one.
Either way, good composure there, because having let slip the previous frame, it would be easy to get down on himself. By the odd frame. So it's really Christophe's break in frame 12, so he's going to have the first opportunity to win this match off his own break. If it does go to a deciding frame, it will be Declan breaking. I'm just talking to Declan about the break in play. I think he's feeling very well. He's kind of saying he'd rather be up in his hotel room resting than out in the arena, but like the pro he is, he's putting up a good show considering that.
Yeah, it's never easy out there when you're not feeling yourself. It's tough, but like I say, he's here, and many players want to pull out, so but he's ever the professional. You may hear a little bit of background noise there. The crowd are a bit raucous around that central table, so I do apologise if you can hear that in the background. Obviously, of course, a good thing for English pool and having such a big crowd, but makes it a little bit tougher for these guys in the other arenas that can hear it, but that's par for the course, it's part of the game. Needs a ball, and he hasn't got one.
Decent strike that. You saw the cue ball coming back in a straight line. Seemed to make a good contact. Seemed to catch the front ball flush on, but nothing down. Could be in order. In the background is the 6-red shootout. I don't think we're going to be treated to one of those on this table, because it would only be possible if the scores were tied at 6 apiece. Not very easy to see how it will take 10 minutes to play this frame. Pretty good shot. You can put the ball to the top left-hand corner, and then he's just got the angle to hold. Really like to remove the one to the top right corner.
Second shot clock in play.
He managed to hold it. He's just got into that a little bit too much. Still got the cut to the right centre, but he really wants to move this ball to the top right corner. He's running out of time now as well.
Well, he might get lucky here. He might get lucky. He hasn't, I don't think. He was rushing around a little bit there.
Yeah, I think he was focused on the shot he intended to play, which was the ball at the top of the table, then realised he couldn't see it and kind of ran out of time to sort out a replacement. This is a let off there for Christophe. So he's got a bit of work to be done. It's not just a case of falling over the winning line from this position. There's the cue ball. That's an unbelievable shot. How has he found the corner pocket from there? Declan grabbing the ball off the referee. Knows that time is running.
Well, I think it's more that Decky doesn't really want a 6-red shootout because he seems to be a little bit cursed with them, doesn't he? But I mean, there's plenty of time left in this match. He doesn't need to rush around the way that he is.
Yeah, it's the shot clock, not the match clock, that's forcing him to run. But yeah, we have to get this one in normal time. Well, I don't know if Christophe would necessarily have cleared up, but he'll be annoyed the way that visit ended. Perfect angle here. Just run this ball down the left-hand cushion. The white naturally coming out. So it looks like we have got ourselves a deciding frame. It's been nip and tuck the whole way through this match. 12 frames played. Christophe Lambert 6. Declan Brennan 6. And here, celebrations from table 1. Ryan Pisani has been confirmed as the finalist in the Challenger event. He wins the 6-red shootout and books his place in tonight's final. He'll be coming up in an hour or so's time. One more semi to go in table 1 first. Meanwhile, over here we've got ourselves a different kind of shootout. It's not a 6-red variety yet, but it's a 1-frame shootout for the match. Declan Brennan to break. The score's tied at 6 frames all.
Moving. Nice break. Well, Declan Brennan, what an opportunity this is. If that red especially goes into the top left hand corner, the one that's sort of amongst the cluster of yellows in the 8 ball, then these are easy. Looking at that, he's looking at going into this red with pace, so I don't think it does. So he's got to do a little bit of developing with this shot. After that, oh, has he managed to land on it? Has he had a stroke of luck? That is extremely fortunate if he's landing on this ball. It must be tight. I think he may have got away with this. Oh, that's incredible. That is incredible.
As he found that gap, as Christophe sits in his chair, he must be disbelieving.
Well, I hope the camera doesn't pan round because it's going to either be a wry smile or very much a head in hands moment. This is tight, you know. I'm not entirely convinced it went, but it obviously must do. Very tight. No. Some very, very uncharacteristic play. Given that the start of the match was very high ticket match, it's gone a little bit edgy.
A deciding frame without a bit of drama, and we've had our first miss. As is so often the way, comes to the table with a kind of half chance, but not quite as easy as he'd want. Although, if that comes out okay, can you see the one over the corner?
I don't think he can. I don't think there was any real need to play the cannon there, to be honest with you, like he did. But he's going to go for the plant here because he's got no real safety shot to play. This isn't easy either. He's played it really well. It's run on just enough, so that's okay. And I'm pretty sure the yellow that's between the red and the 8 ball there, on the bulk line, goes in the right hand middle. So he's going to have a great opportunity to just drop the penultimate yellow in the top left hand pocket and just drop for that ball in the left middle, in the right middle. Sorry, as we loop. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Well, we've seen everything in this match. Can Christophe hold himself together for 4 more shots? There's the cue ball, that's okay.
Just a simple drop in this. Got to do absolutely nothing with the cue ball. Just make sure you get the pot. I mean, that sounds a bit daft. It's pretty much hanging over the pocket, but you can take your eye off this sort of shot. Just 2 simple roll-ins here, and it's match over.
Declan was in first in this frame. He did have his chance. It's kind of all you can ask for in a decider. But Christophe Lambert with this straight 8 ball for the win. Well, it was a slow burner at times, but they matched each other frame for frame the whole way through the match. 2 quality players played some good stuff. There were a few uncharacteristic mistakes at the end. Declan was in first in that deciding frame. It's Christophe Lambert that comes through the decider. He wins by 7 frames to 6 and books his place in the latter stages of the tournament tomorrow. He's finished for the night. That's the end of this match. We will be back with the next one very shortly.
Magician mode. Oh my god. So again, Tom Bevins is a champion. 3 straight for top 10.
World Masters champion, Declan Brennan.
The safecracker opens up the door. What a shot. Wow, Carl Morris. Wow. And Stevie Dempsey is a Pro Series champion. What a shot from Jordan Shepherd. That is magnificent.
Announcing the official partner for Ultimate Pool, Omnia Health Group, your hub for better mental health. At Omnia Health Group, we understand the importance of mental well-being. Visit omniahealthgroup.com to explore how we can be part of your journey to a happier, healthier you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this Pro Series match. Gary Clark, Eddie Barker. So, Gary's break here. Just go dry. Eddie's back to the reds. Be a very interesting matchup. These two guys are both very good players. Both got plenty of experience of playing on the big stage. Tricky little shot. Eddie's got to navigate here. He's got to play this red into the top corner and then screw down, hit the side cushion just below the middle pocket. Possibly go off the bottom cushion around the 8 ball for his last red into the right centre. So not the easiest shots, but find that sort of foot wide gap. Interesting way of doing it. Double kiss off the yellow. Deft touch there from